So we're almost through our basic elements and tools here. And the last thing we're going to want to do to our house, which looks almost complete, before we get into some more intricate hardscape tools and design and placing our ponds, we're going to add light. It's very important, especially when you create night and evening shots. So the first thing we're going to do is just demonstrate up in the ribbon tab. If you select Edit, Time of Day, and move your tab to PM, you can see that there's no lights in the property and it just looks pretty dark. Of course, it's nighttime. So we're going to go back to get some nice light in the house. And what I'm going to do is focus on our front entrance. I'm going to click on my front door, zoom to, and we're going to focus here. Let's add a new layer. We're going to call it Front Lights. Make sure it's selected, of course. Then your ribbon tab, click Building, Light. And we're going to just pick any light you want. I'm going to click the basic front entrance, light here. And you can see that the cursor won't let you place the light on every material. You have to be in the facade of a house, like so. So I'm going to place one here. I'm going to zoom to, see how that looks. And of course, in the light details, you can adjust the brightness and turn it on and off, auto elevate. To see the brightness the best, you're going to want to go back into Edit, Time of Day. Let's turn that to PM. You can see now it's illuminating my hardscape in my house. And now you can adjust the brightness, dimmer. I like it anywhere between 50 and 100% is nice brightness, I mean, they're meant to show off the house, right? And as simple as this, once your light is selected, universal tool here, copy and paste. So I'm going to copy, paste. You can see it got kind of double bright because it just placed another light there. I'm just going to use my arrow keys and go left, just so I know it stays in the same elevation, kind of a quick way to do it. Now you can see you added two lights. And also with your arrow keys, when you have an object selected, you can go right, left, and up and down very easily. So it's a great way to do that. Alright, so now you can see you kind of got some light in there. Looks great. Okay, so let's go back into Time of Day. And make sure we're selected in Front Lights, layer selected. Go back up to Building, Lights. Let's place some spotlight, like floodlight type lights in our house. It really accentuates the peaks and things, and you can shine on some detail like this nice arch window. I'm going to, again, now that I've selected that light before, when I go back to go back into Light, select another one, add to Scene. I'm going to place one up over here as well. I'm going to orbit and over to the right here, and I know I also want to place one above our garage because we have the nice garage doors. Let's get that one right there in our peak. And now also don't forget about garages. We're going to need some also like entrance lights here. So let's add one on this side of the garage, and let's Control C and Control V, and let's use our arrow keys and slide this light over and really dress up our house. Alright, let's just take a quick look right now. Let's go back to Edit, Time of Day, PM, and already you can see our house is just really coming to life at night, and really nice shots. And you can even don't have to go so dark. You can get a little bit of a sunset in there, kind of dress up the house even more. You can see how these floodlights really accentuated our windows here. Some nice detail in there. It's a great way to manipulate that. Let's click on our light. Let's zoom in on our window here and see if we can select it. There it is. Okay, and let's adjust the brightness and see what happens when we change it. So you can see the window gets a little brighter. I like it brighter, so I'm going to keep it a little bit brighter. I think it really is. It's a large area, so that's okay. Alright, let's go back over to the front of our house, see what we've done. I'm going to go back to Time of Day around noon again because I want to add a few more lights. Now, still in the same layer, we're going to keep some landscape lights. I'll show you how to do that right now. Landscape lights has the same premise. Again, we're going to go back up to Landscape ribbon up here now. And of course, it says Lights. So let's start by installing some pathway lights so we can accentuate our front walkway a little bit better. I'm just going to go with the first one I see here, Classic Light. And you can also, don't forget that you can also use your plan view to place these lights. Sometimes that is easier. let's start by placing a light along our walkway here, and let's zoom to. So what you're going to want to do is get orientated. So let's go back into perspective, and we can rotate our light to face our walkway. Of course, we can move it over a little bit so it's on top of our walkway. And now you can go back into plan and simply control paste. Select that light. We can put one over here. Let's move it a little bit closer so we can see, people can see where they're entering. Control paste one more time. Let's move up along our walkway here. Let's do one more, shall we? I don't want to rotate. Alright, and you can zoom in. You can see that you need to, I would rotate the light, hold down Alt so we can get it just where we want it, facing the pathway like so. Let's face this one in towards the walkway. And now, they might be a little bit too far away from the walkway. There's only one way to really tell if how well it will shine is to, of course, turn the lights off. Let's go back into Edit, Time of Day. Alright, so that seems to be working because they're shining on our pathway, right? Just the way we wanted. The lights are just really awesome. Really great light quality. I mean, so they're really fun to use, and you can get really nice shots with them. Alright, so that seems to take care of the front. Let's turn the lights back on here, and let's move around the back of the house. And you can see I've finished most of my hardscape here. So first thing let's do is get a little bit of a better light back here so you can see what we're working with. And let's go up into buildings, do our building first. Oh wait, hold on. First let's make a new layer, add new layer, backlights. Again, these are really important. You'll find out eventually you'll have to go back and change something, or you want to put a different set of lights up, and you can just switch them back and forth with layers. It's a really great tool to remember. Okay, let's go back into building, light. Let's use the same lights that we did in the back. Add to scene. We know we're going to want one, of course, near our door and entranceway, right? And let's go click on the light one more time, bay light, and let's get one right here. Alright, and let's go back and get another spotlight so we can again accentuate the peak here. It just looks real nice to have those in. Maybe even add another one on our pathway, right? So people are walking in the backyard. Alright, how about like right here? Okay, and once again, let's just start in plan view this time. We'll get our landscape lights right from here. So we can see we have our pathway to our main patio and our pool area. So let's go into landscape, lights, and let's pick our path light. We can use the same one we used before, add to scene, and let's just select one down, zoom to. We're going to have to rotate that light, right? So it's facing our patio area. And I don't have to do too crazy with these because we already used a few really nice house lights. So let's just put a couple here in the garden area, and that should really be good to illuminate that. Okay, and of course we have to see how we're doing so far. So I'm going to pan over to the backyard a little bit, in an orbit, and I'm going to raise my camera up so we get a nice view, field of view here. Let's turn the lights off up in our ribbon tab, edit, PM. Oh yeah, so you can really see how that starts to lighten up our patio, and our walkway is defined now. And again, you can adjust your brightness if you wish. And now let's go into our pool and pond lighting, which is really fun. You can also easily add pool and pond lighting. Of course, pond is just built with a pool tool. Let's zoom to our pond here area. We will get into and demonstrate how you build a pond like this. I'm sure you're anxious to in a future tutorial. But again, you can see down the bottom here there's this pond light. Let's go to our time of day here. You can see how it illuminates some hardscape in the water. It looks awesome. Again, all you do is make sure you're on your correct layer, go up to water features and pool light, and this is how you'll add your lights to your pond area and your pool. As you can see, there's one in the pool as well. So let's move on. One more hardscape edition here. We have columns here and walls. Of course, most hardscapes do. So you can, of course, add lights to it. Let's go back into Landscape, open your ribbon tab. This is where you add your hardscape lighting and your landscape lights. And under all lights, column lights here, you can have all these column tops to choose from. So I'm going to go with this espresso one. Add to scene. And all I'm going to do is place this on top of my column, like so. And of course, select that, copy and paste. And let's move this one over. And again, it auto elevates, which is awesome, on top of your column. Auto elevate means that it will just automatically read the column and go right on top of it. So we can see how nice that looks. And let's demonstrate real quick with the edit, time of day. And oh man, look at that. I mean, that is just, look at the pool. You really can't get a better light scene than in this. This is just really awesome. Visionscape has done such a great job. Okay, let's go back to time of day here, and I want to go into another computer saving, performance saving tool, which is awesome. Go back into main, preferences once again, display, and you have on top of your graphics quality, which is high quality, you can also turn on and off high quality lighting. So this is in case you really get kind of good at your lights and you have a lot of path lights and pool lights, and I mean you do some awesome things. This will just kind of dull some of the quality, again, to improve your performance. So it's just a great thing to remember. But I'm going to leave mine on high quality, hit OK. And now what we're going to do is take another screenshot of our end with a screenshot. Before we do that, we're just going to make sure that our lights look the way we want them to, of course. I'm going to keep a little bit of a sun, like a sky shot in there. I think it looks really nice. Get the pool reflection real nice with, you know, it looks awesome. So let's go into main, screenshot, upload to virtual property line, make sure it's always clicked off. Next, I'm going to call this night shot 1, create screenshot. Alright, has been successfully created. Okay, let's go and check our Visionscape, and let's refresh this really quick. And you can see we have 5 now. We have our one of our beautiful planting we did earlier, and of course our night shot. Click on this JPEG to get it even bigger, and wow, look at how great that looks. Alright, so until next time, we're going to go into some more intricate hardscape patterns and tools to get you guys going with some really fun and different materials, because now we're getting close to being done with all the basics. You guys should be getting really good at this. And then we'll move on to some installing elements, as well as exporting movies and animations, and it's going to get really fun. Okay guys, until next time.